What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Al in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert. Good morning to Amy, Anna, Andy, Bill. We got Cheryl. Good morning. We got Jeff. We got Jeff Helms. Good morning. We got Joe Johns in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Lucian, Mark, Marius, Martina, Shane. We got Tim. All my people out in YouTube land. We got Ray coming in first comment in YouTube. M Sky, he hit me up the other day. He was the first one in the comments yesterday. He said, first one that comments in YouTube land, guaranteed 1R, 1+R. And he hits me up, goes, that's what happens. That's what happened. So Ray, you're in for a good day, Ray. And then all my other lurkers in the background of YouTube, they're just not gonna say nothing all day. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. JD, good morning to you. But yeah, so we'll see what happens in this market. Good. Yesterday after we got off the mic, we hit a nice trade on IBM and kind of that was the momentum for the day for the market. It kept going. We did get a nice close on the SPY, but it was like a slow melt up for the rest of the day. Not really any huge pullbacks, anything too crazy, but SPY closed pretty decent. So we did have a big level of resistance somewhere around 542.47, and then your next spot to the so we got a nice close above that. Otherwise, the next spot higher that I got is 551.82, and then we're talking 556.33, 557.54. I think is a pretty monster move. And then of course in between that, you still got your 50 EMA on a daily chart, and then your 200 sitting all the way up at 562.66. I also have a VPOG right around that zone, somewhere around 563.56. So there's some room higher. Um, One candle we do still have to take out and get a close above is this April 9th candle. However, early signs to me tell me that we could do it. I don't know about today, though. We'll have to see. Right now, depends on when you look. 2 seconds ago, we were right underneath the VPOC from yesterday. So key level for today, for 545.48. I want to see where we open from there. It is a little bit of a bearish gap and go to the downside, but once you're on a psychological level again, you start approaching that, people start getting a little concerned, a little worried until it breaks, comes back, retests, and then starts to move. So we'll see how today goes. We've had again, even 2 days ago, we've had a red candle that was a retest. So, but anybody that was in it from the night before, you are still positive on that day. Most stocks were still green on that day. So technically, this is our third bullish day in a row. Are we gonna hold over the weekend? I don't know. Bulls, what are you feeling? You gonna ride it out? Let some momentum come in? But we'll see. If we end up opening lower than this, let's see if there's a little bit of a pullback. Let's see if you get a pullback into like 542.55, and then a big one would be 540.59 that I really want to see hold. So those would be my next two targets to the downside. Probably remain inside day if today's candle does end up being a red candle. I don't think we're breaking down. I don't think we're doing anything too crazy today. We'll see what happens. There's been already some Trump headlines this morning in regards to some tariffs in China, and now China's saying that they haven't had conversations. Trump's saying we do. Who knows where we're at? But there is some heavy news flows coming into the markets as well still, and we have to be prepared for that. Otherwise, news aside, I think we just remain inside this candle. If we're going to stay red, if we do want to go bullish, I've got my targets to the higher side. We'll see what happens. But we're opening right at yesterday's VPOC. A little bit of support. Otherwise, I do think yesterday's close was a pretty fantastic close, and we got through some resistance. Same thing. This was technically your third day higher on the Qs. Qs got right into that resistance we were talking about, 467.26. They managed to close a tad higher than the closing price of April 9th, but not outside of that candle. So still in that price range. It is pulling back a little bit, but even this pullback is opening right into this VPOC. So watch 465.23-ish. Maybe a tad lower. Let's see. Let's see if we get a little bit better pricing on that one. 465.34. Let's see if that level holds. We are still above that at this point. So I want to stay in the bull camp. I don't want to leave. I like it here. It's a fun place to be. BTC USD. Another another bullish day. Got a little choppy yesterday, closed with a nice looking hammer. Today we're already above that hammer, so Bitcoin's still looking pretty fantastic. At this point, we're just getting into some feedbacks from over here. I don't think they're too strong. I think we probably can break those, and I think our next level up on Bitcoin, again, whether it happens today, over the weekend, maybe I don't know how we get there. Depends if we just chop around a little bit and then we make a push, which would be a stronger move, but. Other than that, probably 95,799 for Bitcoin would be my next target to the higher side, and then we'll see if we can hit some of those much higher levels. The next major one, 98,497. If we get above that, Bitcoin starts to look really good. But we'll see. We'll see. We got a couple tickers coming in. Yep. Levi says Tesla. Let's take a look at that one. It had a phenomenal close as well. I'm on the fence on this one because. Not so much on Tesla, but I have my pyramid, so I'm in on shares. I do have some protective puts, which after the earnings, I was thinking about closing, and then just want to see what happens for another day or two. Really, I'm at the spot where I don't really want to have the insurance anymore. I just want to ride out the shares. However, I'm away with very limited access next week to internet, so I'm not really going to be able to watch the stocks, the markets too much next week. So I'm just debating, do I want to keep it just in case there's any crazy news, or if it wasn't, I'll have to make that decision today. But if it wasn't for me being away next week, uh, I probably would just take the insurance off the table. And I like where we're sitting. We're above 252. This is our first day yesterday, closing above that range. Uh, I had a big target into this one, somewhere around 257. We closed above that. And then our next target really on Tesla, I guess we got to close into this one. And this is way back in March 7th, way back. Remember March 7th? That was a crazy day. But 260, watch 260.32, next level up, 262.93. I don't think they are very strong resistance. We've been playing around in that zone for a while. Otherwise, my next target to the higher side is somewhere around 246.36. Watch that today. And then a big target somewhere around 267.68. So, only thing with today, at least that open, is what he says. He's going to have to take us with him. Say hello to the to the World War II pilots for you in that Bermuda Triangle. Is that they're stuck there? See, I don't know who's trapped there. I don't know. I don't get my Bermuda Triangle daily newspaper anymore. I canceled. I'm more of an internet person at this point. But we got Tesla is a little bit of a retest gap. So watch the open. You might have a pullback. If we could see if we could hold 257, because that was the level I was looking for before. And then 255.32, 33 was yesterday's VPOC. So somewhere in that range, I think you probably have some bulls trying to come in, step in. The other thing I do like on Tesla though, this candle from 2 days ago, it's a retest candle, but it is still red. It's a little bit of a high wave. You had a little increased volume, and you closed right at the high end of that. So again, maybe a small pullback high wave candle. I think I'm playing today. Give me like a 3 minute high wave candle, and I think I'm looking to set that up. If we could take a break, if it doesn't ever break out of that, then I'm going to try it a little bit lower into this 255.33 zone. But we'll see. Looks good. I like it. You're ultimately the thing. Don't forget, you're still in this big channel of just sideways chop. Other than that, you got to look for the high end of the channel, see if we get up there, and then maybe we can eventually get that break. And then Tessie, I think, is going to be well on its way to probably that 300 range, and then probably somewhere up in like the 360s. So we'll see. Lots of consolidation. We're still there on a longer time sense, but for the way it's setting up, it looks like it wants to get to that higher end of the channel. But I like it. I'm gonna be watching this one. Cheryl says not perfect, but pre-market pennant on the SPY. Whoa, there's a lot of charts. All right, let me see which one I got to be looking at. I think you're looking at this one over here. This one, I think. Yeah, not bad. It does look like at this point, it looks like a little bit of a bearish pennant, right? So if this is your kind of flagpole, that's the flag. We'll see which way this thing wants to break, but it looks like it's holding one of your moving averages there too. So if it starts to break down, that could definitely happen. That would be wave one, wave two. This could be wave three, four, five. So that would be my bear case. If the bulls can hold this range and we break up higher, then it's probably a retest like that. So we'll see which way this thing wants to break. Right now, it does look like a little bit of a bear flag holding some support, but yeah, I think you're right on that. I think you're right on. Couldn't be in fun at open. I don't know if I want fun anymore. Just let's calm down these markets. Let's just calm down the markets a little. Let's just trend. No craziness. Can I get one day? Oh, we did have like one day without any news, so I guess I can't really ask for much more. We did as as best we could with that. Nvidia also very good close on this one. Let's see where we're opening. We're down maybe, I don't know, 4 pennies it looks like right now at the moment. Again, a little bit of a retest gap. Let's see if he can get a little pullback on this one. I got the 20 EMA kind of held us back or acted as a little resistance yesterday, but pretty phenomenal close nonetheless. If we get a pullback, watch 105.90, see if that becomes support. To the higher side on this one, my first spot comes in somewhere around 107.25-ish, maybe a tad higher, 107.34. And then I think we'd be gunning for probably 108.10. So again, I don't know what the market's going to do when it opens, but I'll tell you what I would like for it to do. Small little breakdown, hold some support, and then kind of take that break. I would love to see that. Let's see which way. Let's see if the market give me my dream setup for Nvidia. But there'd be a couple dollars to the higher side. You have some resistance starting to come in. Bigger targets on this one if it goes absolutely crazy. Got 112.18. I don't know if we're gonna get there today though. There's a few other key levels in between that, but that would at least take us to the top of that little. Again, a lot of things are sitting kind of at the top end of that April 9th candle. This is still a little bit way off, so still a little bit of weakness. But your gap fill would be up here somewhere, and I think at that point you're looking at 112.10, and we have to see if we can break from there. When's their earnings? Not for a while. Yep. May 28th. We will see. We will see. Let's take a look at Coinbase. Coinbase. Um, pretty pretty decent close. I like that close a lot. Again, I think we go higher from here on Coinbase. I think your next spot is looking for about and Bitcoin looks decent too. I think your next spot on this one, 210.01, and then I think we start working ourselves into this 212.49, 212.50 range. Ultimately, you might have a decent push like 217.91. Again, for today on that one, I'm not sure. So longer term, I love that close a lot. Day trade wise, I think this is a pretty decent retest gap. I would not be shocked if we get some kind of selling, something that comes into like a 203.68 zone. That would be a much better spot to buy it if you already own it. Otherwise, or if you don't have it yet, that would be an okay spot. Try to play that retest, and then from that point, you have about $7, something like that, to the higher side. So I do think we probably get up there today, 210. I would think that we get a little pullback first and then go. Again, maybe we just open and rip Riposaurus Rex out of the gate and we'll go from there. But that looks good. We will see. Lucian says, puts or calls at open, Cheryl. Lucian's already getting his hands on some 0 days, I think. Lucian wants to be on just all fun for Lucian. All fun for Lucian. I like it. Let's see what else we got. I got Hood, Reddit, and Roku. Hood looks pretty good. Again, it's going to move off of crypto. If Bitcoin's looking good, Hood starts to look good. Really okay close yesterday. Could have done a little bit better. The open for today is a lot better than I think the close. That was decent. It got us through one level, 47.87, and then your next big level in this one, 48.42. We did not close there, but the open got us, at least for right now, unless the next 13 minutes goes crazy. That's a good open. Same thing though. Lots of buying yesterday. Maybe have some profit taking. I don't know where I want this thing to retest. My first spot would be, let's see if we could hold 48.42, but then we do have yesterday's VPOC at 48.05. If we get into that 48, that's actually probably about 48.15. If we get down there, we're gonna have to recapture past this 48.42 zone. I don't know if I really want that full on retest. It gives me a little jitters if we hit it. Otherwise we could hit 48.42, hold that. I think that'd be nice. But the open is pretty phenomenal. Let's get this one higher. They did after hours what they could not achieve during the actual market. Reddit, we don't take a look at too much. Although I do know a lot of people look to trade this one. From a long-term perspective, let's put a little Fibonacci on this one because it looks suspicious. We'll start from here, the lows to the high, just to see where we got to. It already kind of dipped past the 618. So not a huge. Hold on a second. Maybe the lows. Yeah, that's the lows. Yeah, I don't love the fact that we did pass that 618. We held the 718 though. Not bad on that one. On this one though, I do like the fact that at least we came down to some kind of longer term support somewhere right around here. We got a nice bounce. Looks like we are starting to put in some higher lows, which is pretty nice. I have almost an element. I don't know. I'm going to stretch this one, but almost maybe an element of inverted head and shoulders. But this is kind of a weak left one. I'm trying to get creative on that one, I think. But definitely it's kind of there. I don't know. It's kind of there. Other than that, okay close yesterday. Not bad. Uh, Still below the 200 at closing yesterday, but we did get a new VPOC higher than that April 9th candle, which is pretty fantastic. You are having to deal with some resistance. I would have had some resistance somewhere around 114.13. And then again, today, they're opening above it. A lot of room to the high side. I think your next stop on the or next target is probably about 120.55 with potential for 123.36. Gives us pretty good risk reward to the bull side of things. I'm down. I like it. And we're also above that 618. So again, retest gap from yesterday. That's the only thing on a lot of these things that we're looking at so far. Maybe a little pullback. Maybe we get a buy spot closer to 112.93-ish. Other than that, it's got some room to the higher side, and I think we probably end up continuing. Roku. The Roku. Also really, really good room. I almost fell out of my chair with the amount of room, and then I realized I'm not even sitting. Mind blown. I think we'd have to look for 67.27 as some kind of potential first target for today. And I oddly think we could probably take that out. That was our retest spot before, so definitely going to be a little resistance. But we've hit it once. I think that becomes a little bit weaker, and you might have a potential to get to $70.14. That's a good move for a $64 stock. I have to revert back to the same speech that I've been kind of reading off of all day. This is a retest gap. Maybe we can see if we get a little bit of a pullback. A better spot to look for entry is as close as possible to 64.21. We'll see if the market wants to be kind and nice to us today. Otherwise, we're also, by the way, we're not there yet, but we're getting close to the type of market where you just start chasing things to bid high and then get out at higher pricing. If there's a lot of shorts in the market and we start breaking some key levels, this is where the squeezing starts to happen a little bit, and you see those dramatic, bigger moves where a lot of times you have to get a little more aggressive. So we're almost in the zone. We're not quite there yet. Meta was looking fantastic at open today. Again, they were on the deathbed. Yep. Beep, 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 beep. Yep. They were rough down here. They survived, put in phenomenal gap and go exactly where they needed it. You gapped up, you held it, bullish engulfing candle from yesterday. So structurally looks fantastic. The gap up today, I like the open. It is a retest gap though, so same thing. Question is, do we come all the way back down to 528.88? That's where yesterday's retest spot would be. I don't really want to see it get back down there for me to really say I am fully bullish on Meta for a day trade purpose. This open, if we could hang out here, anything above 546.41 puts me in a really happy mood to go bullish. I think my next target on this one takes me to 573.67. That's a lot of room. And the only thing you have to deal with in there is a couple things, I guess. You got the high end of this candle, or where we opened essentially for April 14th candle, and then you got your 200 EMA. Otherwise, there's nothing else really holding us, a couple psychological levels, but nothing else really holding us to 573.67. So, not a bad play, even on a longer term basis. There's nothing much holding us back from here. The next spot I got, it's till we get to the next volume zone, somewhere around 562.64. So that's still a lot of room to the higher side. I like it a lot. It has a lot of room on it. Maybe give me a 3 minute high wave candle on that one. MTA just announced a round of layoffs in their AI department as well. I'm guessing that's Meta, not MTA. The MTA could probably use a little more AI, I think. But yep. Yep, you fire people, you save money. It's crazy. Crazy. Market loves it. Market loves a good layoff. The people getting laid off, not as enthusiastic as some stock traders. Google is so they had earnings last night. Earnings were pretty good. I mean, pretty fantastic actually. They beat by 40% on earnings per share, so phenomenal quarter for them. They also snuck in an extra 1.2 billion, but what's a billion here or there between friends? And then I think they also did a $70 billion buyback, which is going to help boost the stock. And I think they already had a buyback in place already too, so they're just adding to it. That's a great sign for Google. I like it. Pretty good gap as well. You're also above key support at this point, so as close as possible to I guess 163.82. That would be your spot if somebody wants to take some gains. That maybe we're just kind of playing a bullish over earnings. It is a bullish retest gap, so there's definitely some people that were getting into this thing bullish before the report. Target on this one is okay. I think you're looking at 167.54. And then maybe if you have a phenomenal day, high end of this range, I think for today probably puts us at 169.64. I got my level up there. I've got my 100. I got my 200. That's a huge level to break. And if today goes crazy, the real target, longer term out, probably 173.19. I don't think we get there today though, but probably a pretty strong battle around that 100, 200, but I like it. I think Meta has a little bit more room in it, and some of the other names has a tad bit more room. But if I get a pullback on Google, I would be interested in that one. Today's stuff. I need like a theme song for Jeff's today's stuff. Like we need like a good intro to it. Um, 10 a.m. Eastern, we got the April FU Michigan 1 year. That's mean. What are you trying to tell me? 1 year inflation expectation, I'm guessing. I don't know. Could have worded that differently, Jeff, but we'll take it. So 10 a.m. there'll be some news coming out. Michigan looks like inflation numbers. Is that correct? We will see. We will see. Let me see if there's any other tickers, anything else that I missed. I want to make sure I cover all of them. Let me know if you guys got anything else as well. He says 0 day degenerates. Yeah. We're gonna keep the room. We're gonna start keeping the room open after the 12 o'clock just for degenerates, and then we just go crazy into 0 days for the rest of the day. Andrew says SMCI. Pretty good, pretty okay. It's still got some struggle bus, but pretty okay close. I would have liked to see this one close or open somewhere above 136.32. That's going to be my target for today. That's not going to give me much room. If at some point today we break through that, our next target is not that far away. So we're kind of still in this tight range. Pretty decent double bottom on a daily. I like to see that setting up. But until we really get past 30, I think our trade on this one is get past 37.10. And then we'll go to like $40.63 would be a bigger target. Some other levels, 39, 32 in there as well. but still hanging out. Still, it's not dying, which is nice. You do have decent structural double bottom, higher lows, pretty decent gap up. You got past some big resistance on this. Anything past like 33.51. So as long as we still hold that, I like it in the bullish camp, but can't ignore some of that other resistance. This daily chart looks like an absolute mess. I mean, that's just straight up, straight down, higher lows, lower highs. So the daily looks absolutely messy, looks choppy. And we're still in a smaller zone, a little bit still in the chop as well. Nvidia, did we take a look at Nvidia already? I know Ray wants to see it, so we'll take a look. I think we looked at this one. I'm not sure, but yeah, we're above the 20 EMA, so not bad on that one. Like everything else, we have a little bit of a retest. So maybe come in right to that 20. We can use that as support. Otherwise, I'd be looking for like 105.92 should be a decent support. Targets on this one to the higher side. I think you get to about 108-ish is really the next stop. And then before that, you have a target of like 107.36. You got to try to barrel through. So this one is looking good. Retest gap opening at a little bit of resistance. I'd probably want to see this fade first, but ultimately, I think slightly longer term, not today, but maybe next week, you're looking at a possible 112.10, providing no crazy news comes out or anything nutty. We will see. Palantir, PLTR. Palantir is still continuing the momentum. You are slightly above a pretty monster support. Let's see if that holds. It is a retest gap, but let's see if 107.79 again. They've already done the work for you after hours and pre-market. Um, Small high wave candle, 3 minute, lots of room to the higher side. Next stop on this one takes you to about 113.18. So big upside, especially if you can hang into here. If you start breaking underneath, I'd probably be looking for a full retest of yesterday's VPOC. Looking at like a 105.54 print. And again, a lot of it probably comes down to Cheryl's pennant pattern of which way we break. But besides a lot of things already moving and a lot of things kind of retrace gaps, I kind of like the market slightly bullish, but that's if we can hold some key levels, and that's what we'll be watching for today. Other than that, that bell is right about to ring. So everybody in YouTube, keep in mind I'm not here next week, but we'll still have, I believe we're still gonna have the rooms open for you guys in YouTube. But I believe it's gonna be Stephen King in the mornings with you guys. So other than that, you guys are awesome, and I'll catch you personally in a week from now. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you soon. Later, guys.